Hi there, and welcome back to another Papetti Math YouTube video tutorial, where today I am going to be teaching you, yes you, Algebra 1. And in this video, we are going to look at exercise number 5, the final exercise in this lesson, where we are going to be factoring perfect square trinomials. And it says, in addition to factoring a difference of perfect squares, which we did in exercises numbers 1 through 4, you will also factor perfect square trinomials. A perfect square trinomial is a trinomial that, when factored, has two factors that are exactly the same expression. So let's factor the perfect square trinomials expressions below and write the factorization in the form x plus h squared. So we look and we have a trinomial. So back to trinomial factoring, we think back to our previous lesson, not our previous video, but our previous lesson where we factored trinomials, the simple kind. And now we're going back to looking for two numbers that multiply to 36, and those same two numbers add to 12. So, does that exist? Are there two numbers that multiply to 36 and add to 12? And I'm going to start off each parenthesis with an x because x times x gives me this x squared. Okay, if you need more time, pause the video to think of the two numbers. Otherwise, 6 times 6 is 36, and 6 plus 6 is 12. They're both positive signs here, so that means I'm going to keep everything positive. And it says to write it in this form right here, so I'm going to rewrite this as x plus 6 squared. And there we have our perfect square trinomial, because it is two factors that are exactly the same. Once again, we're going to start off our parentheses with an x, because x times x will give us x squared. And are there two numbers that multiply to 4 and those same two numbers add to 4? Yes, there is. And 2 times 2 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. So we put plus and plus there. And we can rewrite x plus 2 times x plus 2 as just x plus 2 squared. Going on to part C now. Now we're going to incorporate some negatives in here as well. And it says x squared minus 8x plus 16. So once again, let's start off with an x in each parenthesis, because x times x will give us this x squared right here. And we're going to have two numbers that multiply to positive 16, and those same two numbers add to negative 8. So 4 times 4 will give us a 16. How do we get a negative 8 though? Oh, we're going to have to make them both negative, because negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Negative 4 plus negative 4 is negative 8. So this could be rewritten as x minus 4 squared. All right, in part D, we have x squared minus 14x plus 49. So we're going to go ahead and factor this. And we're going to start x and x, because x times x is x squared. And we have negative 14 they have to add to and multiply to 49. We should recognize 49 as a perfect square. 7 times 7 is 49. And how can we get them to multiply to a positive number, but combine to a negative 14? And just as we did in part C, we're going to make them both negative. And that, once again, can be rewritten as x minus 7 squared. We go to part E now. And part E, we have x squared plus 16x plus 64. And you should be thinking, what two numbers multiply to 64 and add to 16? And we'll start off each parenthesis with x, because x times x is x squared. And 8 times 8 is 64. 8 plus 8 is 16. So we have x plus 8 times x plus 8, which can be rewritten as x plus 8 squared. And finally, in our last example, we have x to the 4th plus 10x squared plus 25. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put an x squared in the front of each parenthesis, because, as I've been saying for all the other ones, x times x is x squared. Well, x squared times x squared will give us our x to the 4th term. All right. Now, what times what is 25? And those same two things add to 10. And the answer is 5 times 5 is 25. 5 plus 5 is 10. So we're going to have x squared plus 5 times x squared plus 5. And those are the same factor, so we can rewrite it as x squared plus 5 squared. And that there is how you factor something that looks a little bit different. Where does the 10x squared come from, you might ask? Well, when you distribute this, you'll get 5x squared here, and 5x squared here, and 5x squared plus 5x squared is 10x squared. So here we did 6 examples of perfect square trinomials. And if this video was helpful in helping you factor a perfect square trinomial and rewrite it as this form of x plus h squared, please give this video a thumbs up. And you're now ready for our next lesson in factoring. Thank you for watching.